Hello everybody and welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. And later on in the video, BeamNG.drive. Today we're going to be building a cheap muscle car. Yep, well, not really a muscle car, a drag car. Specifically a drag car. Yeah, we want this to be not anything over 50 grand. The best would be around 45, and you might be wondering, well, that's not cheap. That's because we're obviously going to put a massive V8 in this. We want this to be able to smash the drag strip. However, it's just not going to be able to do anything else, like steering or anything like that. Who needs that? It's not like there's any turns on the drag strip. However, we are obviously though going to race it on the track as well to just laugh at it and see how terribly it does. Yeah. Anyways, this is the body we're using, as you can see, and now I think we're actually gonna go for fiberglass. Maybe not what most people do, or generic for a drag car, but I'm gonna go for fiberglass. We're gonna go for a ladder chassis. Now obviously it is heavy, but so we're gonna use HS steel. Yeah. As for the engine placement, we're going to go for front longitudinal. The front suspension, we're actually going to put a double wishbone probably, and I think we'll put a solid axle leaf in the rear. Yeah, I think that's acceptable. I'm not sure, to be honest. But anyways, let's just create a new engine. I'll name it later. We want this to be a 90-degree V8. We'll make it out of cast iron, and I want this to be 7.0 liter, I think. That should be fine. There we are. So we're going to make this push rod, and then we'll make the head material aluminum, because we do want it to be slightly light. As for this, I think I'm going to go for forged internals, and I'll probably need to change it later. Maximum harmonic dampener, because we'll definitely need that. I can change all this later, however we're definitely not going to rev that high. We're going to go for a twin turbo because, you know, this was going to be cheap, but we're basically going to pour 5 grand into the engine and the car is going to have nothing else. Yeah, we'll take boost control and I'll set up the entire turbo in a second once we got everything else. We're going to go for direct injection, twin performance high there, and I think we can just dump ultimate fuel into this because it's technically only meant for the drag strip, so once you're racing, you might as well just dump some high octane fuel into it, right? Anyways, we're gonna go for tubular race, and then we might just decrease the size of it. Obviously, dual exhausts, we can increase the size of those. As for a catalytic converter, we go for a high flow 3-way, and then no mufflers, because honestly, who even needs those? Yeah. So for right now, the engine's costing us around 4 grand. It's gonna cost a bit more because obviously I need to tweak a bunch of stuff, spend quite a bit of time. I think we might even go for 1,000 more horsepower than this, so around 1,700. We obviously want the race preset and then tweak it a bit more on the turbo, stuff like that. Tweak the top end a lot as well, and maybe if the engine just completely dies, put in some better internals. I finished the engine. We run basically 1,705 horsepower with 2,100 pound-feet of torque. This engine will cost a little under 5 grand, which I'm really happy with. For the rest, I'm incredibly surprised that all this stuff is green. Now for the rest, basically the main challenge is going to be keeping this car under budget, and you know, we'll see how we do, of course. Oh yeah, and also keeping it light. Although this engine isn't even that heavy, it's 341 kilograms. It could have been a lot heavier, to be honest. Probably. So we're using this body right over here, and for some reason it seems to have shot way up into the air, but oh well. I'll design it once we've finished making or building it, you know, whatever. So we're going to put in a rear wheel drive. And for the gearbox, we'll put in an automatic 4-speed or manual. You know what, I'll put in a manual 5-speed. It's 90/97. I'm not sure what transmission it would have. Who cares really? 446 top speed. This top speed slider only goes to 444. So I guess that's what we'll put it at. Probably want maximum spacing there. Um, as for the differentials, I think I'll put on a manual locker, because it's not too expensive, right? Yeah, it's fine, I guess. So we'll go for radial tires, semi-slicks. We'll definitely need to increase that. We'll decrease those. Probably maybe 120s is better. We don't want them to be that small. Um, we might as well quickly just head over to the trim body and see if we can. Oh, look at that! Very nice. Here we go. That's 385s in the rear. Maybe that's a little bit unrealistically wide, but who even cares? We can of course always make them smaller if need be. So we're actually gonna make the difference in tires and wheel tire diameter. Are we gonna do it? Oh, I did it the wrong way around. So we'll make this 50s and I'll make this 600. Yeah, that should be fine because obviously we want to keep it cheap. Do we go for 14-inch rims? I think we do. Um, there we go. That seems pretty good to me. We obviously still need to lower it down a lot. Getting nicer rims is going to be a bit too expensive. Now the brakes, that's where we're going to, kind of make sure we stay under budget. Well, one piston solid. Oh dear. Does it cost anything to put... Oh, it does cost stuff to put the slider all the way up. Damn it. Well, we'll put the front force all the way up at least. We'll put the force up, and I'll tweak the size of the brakes. They'll probably need to be maximum, but I'll tweak the size depending on how much budget we have. Yeah, not gonna put an under tray, I think. As for seats, we want rear seats. Maybe we'll put in 2 reduced size seats in the rear. Actually, no, who needs rear seats? We're gonna put just in 2 regular size seats in the front. We're gonna have maybe a standard interior and no entertainment, because you need to be able to race in it. Yeah, we want it to be kind of maybe slightly realistic. We put in hydraulic. Do we put in power steering? We could also just go for rack and pinion. The game's not gonna like that. Oh god, who needs traction aids? We won't need ABS because the brakes aren't gonna be able to lock up anyways, right? So that's fine. We will go for basic 90s safety because it's a drag car. It needs to be kind of safe. You're probably gonna die driving it anyways, but oh well. As for the springs, do we go progressive? I think we'll just go for standard, honestly. We'll of course need to do a bunch of tuning. Oh, we need to increase tire width because we need to increase the tire width. What? Oh, it's probably the front tires. 130s. Oh, look at that. The tires are no longer blowing out. I guess we'll do that then. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. Obviously, we got a bunch more issues, but can't you click on that to ignore it? Yes. There we go. It's no longer flashing. Nice. It's apparently an off-road budget car. What do we cost? We cost 30 grand! Yes! That is amazing. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Okay, so that means we're definitely gonna go for under 40 grand. Yeah. Maybe even under 30, I don't know. But that means we can put in progressive springs. Not like we're gonna really need suspension anyways, but oh well. We can put in a sport interior. Still no entertainment, because we don't need that. We'll go for under 35 then. But oh yes, I'm very happy with that. Okay, so we can maybe get us some 6-piston solid brakes. Do we still experience brake fade? I mean, probably. 2-piston solid brakes in the rear. You know what? This is good enough for me. I'm fine with that. Dampers are hard. Blah blah blah. Cry cry cry. We could even put on mag rims. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's give it a bit of safety. That way someone might actually want to drive it. Whew. It's really light. What? It's 1,500 kilograms. That's like, is that 2,300 pounds? I think it might be 2,300 pounds. Something like that. Maybe, possibly, it might be. Don't take my word for it though. Do we? We could put in... Nah, we're not going to put in power steering because who needs that? 31,000. That is going to be the cost of this car, I think. Sure, yeah. Why is the top speed so low all of a sudden? Here it says the top speed is 199.9 kilometers an hour, and here it says the estimated top speed is 441. 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. I reckon it might be a little bit more than that. We'll obviously have to see. But anyways, I guess we could just design this now. What you think? Let me know down in the comments. Like, please give me as much constructive criticism as you can, because obviously I'm still working on my skills at, building these cars, and I'd love your feedback. Personally, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. So this is it. As you can see, got a nice, extremely large hood intake, and you can see the engine from there as well. No interior, but that's fine, I guess. Anyways, I hope I didn't base it too much off of like a Dodge Challenger or something like that. I hope not. Anyways, so I did also actually completely retune the turbo of this engine. You can see it right over here. We now make around 150 to 200 horsepower less than before, but the turbo lag is so much less that we're so much faster. It's so much better. I tested it out and it was terrible, really. So now it's a lot better, and we're still within budget, of course. Here it is. This is the Conquest bar. Sadly, the flames, the corny flames on the side didn't export. They have no texture. I've also tried all the other flames and they also didn't work, so that's too bad, but you know, I think we'll be able to live with it. Here it is. It sounds pretty amazing. I can barely hear it. You guys should be able to hear it very well. I've turned down the audio so much because it's incredibly loud, so now you guys should still be able to hear it properly, but I've turned it down so much that I really can't hear it anymore. Because I know that's how my recording system works for some reason, I guess. The back looks very light yellow, but if I turn it, it looks like the normal yellow again, and this side also looks really light yellow for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anyways, also what you think of the wing? I forgot to ask you like a minute earlier, but I thought the back would look bland without it, but I'm not sure if it would be logical for this car to have a wing. I mean, anyways, let me know, please. Thanks. Anyways, you might be wondering why we're on the Utah map and not at a drag strip or something. Well, that's because Utah is kind of my favorite map, and I always just kind of, you know, start out here, test out the car and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's really fast. However, it doesn't turn and it doesn't brake. Also, the safety is pretty low, so let's see if I can show you guys this. Hold on, let's just turn around over here, which is going to be difficult. Might as well lock the rear differential as well. That does help. Then I can just go ahead and drive it here. There we go. Very nice. Yes, it's gonna drive. To the distance, if I smash it into this wall. Actually, it stayed more intact than I expected it to. Anyways, this is basically it. Once again, you can download it, of course. Also, the engine seems to cut off. The engine cut off quite frequently during testing, but oh well, that's fine, I guess. And also, the idling sound, it's insane. Maybe turn up your volume and re-listen to that. I don't know, but it's really cool. Or just download the car and see for yourself. Anyways, now we'll head over to the drag strip. Okay, so we're gonna be advancing to the line. There we are on the drag strip, and bam, nice. So we've stopped, and now we just need to wait for our opponent. There we go. He's going. Oh, that was a terrible launch. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's too bad, isn't it? But oh well. Let's see. We do a 9.2. I think we can do a lot better. Yeah, I'm just not good at drag racing. I think that's the issue here. But at least we're doing a lot better than the last time. At least I feel like we are. There we go. A 9.3. Is that us? I don't even know. You know what? It's good enough. Let's do a 0 to 60 test. I've got the timer up there in the top left. Let's see how we do. And launch. There we are. Oh my god, that was a terrible launch. That was 2.46 seconds. Let's try that again. Yeah, I think that was about the best we were going to get. Anyways, now it's time to head over to the track. Here we are on the track, and let's go. A new high score. That the chance of that happening seems very slim. Because this thing basically does not drive. Well, it drives alright. It doesn't really turn though. And now my driving's also pretty trash anyways. So that's definitely not ideal. Yeah. Apparently our engine keeps turning off. Is it off? Yes, it is off. Well, it's not like we could have gone through that corner any faster than we did anyways. So that's fine, right? Yeah, this thing doesn't really turn. And it's got an open differential as well, which is useful. As well as a lack of ABS, which is also definitely helping us out on our quest to reach the end here. The straight should be doing quite fine here. There we go. Gonna start braking a bit late there, maybe. I don't even know. The turn is not so much of a turn, but it's gonna be hard for this thing to do. Anyways, I turned this. I steered as much as I could, so I'm happy I slowed down that much. Definitely gonna slow down a bit here because it's not gonna like this turn. Can we stay on the track this turn? Yes, we can. Very nice. Gonna start braking like about here. That was maybe a bit over-exaggeratedly early, but still, I mean, for the chicane, this thing can't do a chicane, okay? Let's not hit the edge there. Come on. This is basically one big turn, I don't like it. Oh, yep. ABS has, left the chat. Well, it was never in the chat. Come on, let me turn. Thank you. There we go. Gonna wanna, ooh, braking a bit late there. Not just on time, so that's fine. There we go, we're approaching the last turn. And if we can do this turn, then we've made it. Oh, whoop, that was pretty close. Well, we can go. Maybe should have downshifted there first, but that's fine. Look at us. Not so bad. Why is it D and Q? That is absolutely fake. Oh well. Gotten a 238. That puts us really actually just in 5th place right here. Pretty bad, but I didn't really expect much better. Did you? Let me know if you can actually get a decent track time with this. I'd love to see that. I could have maybe pulled off some handbrake turns, but then again, you can't really do those when you're going fast. Well, I can't. Not with this car. Anyways, let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments. Any video suggestions, please do. But for right now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye.